Gotta do this all the time.
Yep.
So that's the Falcon. What is this one?
That is also a Falcon.
Okay.
That's a Falcon 2000. As you
Gotcha.
can see, they're very similar.
Yeah.
Just take the top engine off, the third engine off, the middle engine off.
So that's a 10-hour plane?
This is a 10-hour airplane.
Gotcha.
Staying there 10 hours.
Yeah.
This one is only about a 6 to 7 hours at the most.
Yeah.
It's a shorter range airplane. And keep going another 2,000 miles. But if you have an engine problem and you hit the descent, first off, jet engines burn a lot more fuel way down low. So, do you have the fuel to make it? Number
Gotcha.
two, what's more restricted? What happens if you lost pressurization? You have to get down to breathing. So now you got 3 engines sucking fuel at a low altitude so you can breathe.
Yeah.
Can you make it? If you can, it's called wet footprint, which means splash in the water. As long as everything works, it can.
That's okay.
So usually,
I take a stop.
So usually they'll go to LA, refuel, and then go over that.
So 10, 8?
Yeah, it's about 8 hours.
8?
Hawker, they run. Unfortunately, I've been in a Hawker 6 hours. From San Juan to Chicago. I was never so happy to get out of that airplane. And then the Challenger is that's a 7-hour airplane.
So that's which, is that a,
Challenger.
what, like a 300 or
That's a
a
350.
350?
Yeah, that's a 350.
I think that's
and
what
we have
Cardinal started with.
And we have a 300 coming as well.
Oh,
Cool.
that's what Cardinal decided with?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Over there. Yep. We actually petitioned.
How you feeling? I'm just excited. I'm excited. I just don't want to deal with BS. I mean, going to the airport, the last 10 times I've been to the airport, I had to deal with a lot of BS. I'm just sick of the BS. Plus the time, amount of time. If we would have had something private for me and my dad the last 10 years, especially my dad when he was traveling for another business that we had, he would have saved days, weeks, months with the amount of hours that he's had to get to the airport early, stand in the airport for 2 hours before the plane takes off, going through TSA, all that stuff. So, this is the way to travel. It's the way to travel. My first private flight was inspirational, inspired me to go do more, which is part of the reason that I wanted to do it, right? I mean, we had to kind of do it if we wanted to go to that game just because of the certain circumstances, what we had to be here for on Saturday, what we had to be back for on Sunday. The game was Saturday night, so we really didn't have an option to drive, didn't have an option to fly commercial, so we did it because of time. But then also I'm like, I want to do it because it's also, when I do things like that, it stretches myself, it lets me see what's possible and what one of my goals kind of feels like, and then it just pushes me, inspires me, and stretches me to go above and beyond and get to the next level. Columbus, Ohio is typically a 9-hour drive. When we landed, 55-minute flight, we're walking, got off the flight, got picked up, got to the stadium, we're walking by the stadium, and me and my wife were like, holy crap, it feels like we just went to Camp Randall in Madison, which is 15 minutes from our house. That's what it felt like. Badgers got crushed, but Ohio Stadium is crazy. Awesome place to see a game. Through this door, onto the plane. That's pretty damn easy. It's actually funny. So today I'm working on my home office. I worked at the corporate office this morning, working at the home office this afternoon. I get home, my neighbor, who is a small business owner, owns multiple businesses, but mainly works from home as well. And we always joke about, what are you doing all day? You know, kind of joke around, right? And so I show up today, he's like, hey, you're home almost as much as me lately. You're on my schedule. And so he was kind of joking me back. And I basically said, no, this reason is because we are out of space at the office. I got kicked out of my office, volunteered to move, evicted, whatever you want to call it, because we had to do some reorganization, some shuffling of people around. At one point we had 3 people in one office, and that just wasn't working anymore. So we had to rebalance things, and part of that rebalance was shifting my office, it's 130 square feet or 140 square feet there, and shifting me to take up a corner of our controller's office. So I now have a 4x4 little spot with a L-shaped desk kind of shoved in the corner with a screen monitor for me to plug into for when I'm there. And yeah, we're making the best of it.
They were giving us crap though was when we were in the stadium. The Packers were getting beat in the second half, and the Patriot fans around us had too much to drink.
This is how you do it in Lambeau, in Green Bay. People put porta potties in their backyard. You park in their backyard, grill out. Stadium is right behind this house. You can see the top corner of it right there.
If you want to get stuff out of the field. You know, Foxborough is cool. This is nothing. Foxborough is nothing.
First off, I love going to the Packer game more than any other sporting event. The Packers are like up here, and then the other teams that I watch and follow, I love the Bucks. We were there for Game 6 when they won the NBA Finals a couple years back. We love watching the Badgers. We love all that stuff. But the Packers is like a whole nother level. When I was little, the only place I ever wanted to take a vacation to was Green Bay, Wisconsin, because I loved Lambeau Field that much. And so every time I roll up to Lambeau Field, I just get energized because of how much I love the Packers. Then our buddy Matt Ramage also showed up. He's an influencer for the Packers. He did a lot of stuff with Quick Trip and the Packers themselves, as far as his content on social media and everything. And I've known Matt for about 4 or 5 years. We went to a game together about 3 or 4 years ago. So haven't seen him in a while, but we always stay in contact through text or through Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. So it was great to run into Matt and see Matt. And it's awesome to see him grow his brand and all that. And so good to catch up with him. And we're always cheering him on. Let's go, Matt. Keep growing, buddy.